tell y'all something. Y'all don't love your sister. Now, I don't know, 300 and something, almost 400 views, 30 something likes, and 17 comments. I'm just conversating. Conversating is not a word. I'm just conversing with you guys about this last video that I just uploaded last night while I was halfway asleep. Nobody told me that it was the wrong video. And you guys knew it was the wrong video because I had duplicate content on there. Why you ain't let a girl know? Y'all wrong for that. So I had to take the video down. I'm filming this to let y'all know I'm mad at y'all. And then I'm going to insert this at the beginning of the video, and then I'm going to re-upload it. This is a very, I'm not going to say taboo subject. It's not taboo. It's on Chanel.
You recorded.
Okay, handsome. I would sing What About Your Friends or Tyrone or Janet Jackson's Let's Wait a While. The Book of Grace. There's certain things I'm simply not going to give grace on. But let me correct myself on something I said in the previous vlog. Thank you. Hey y'all. So I'm getting ready to meet my sister downstairs. Hold please. Because they're having karaoke in the I don't know, is it a community room? It's not a community room. What is it called? Anyway, where the pool tables and all the other stuff at. So they're having karaoke down there. We went to a paint and sip a couple of months back, but we haven't been to anything that they've had lately. So we said that today we were gonna go to the Christmas karaoke. I guess it's, hold please, I need to get some ice. So we said we were gonna go to the Christmas karaoke. I know for a fact that I'm not going to do karaoke. Number one, this is my second re-up. So I am not about to go down there and make a straight fool of myself, even though I would sing What About Your Friends or Tyrone or Janet Jackson's Let's Wait a While. Those are like my jams. But y'all ain't gonna be catching me out on social media. This is everything. This white cranberry juice with some Sky vodka and orange juice is everybody's business. So I'm supposed to be meeting Deidre at 7:30. She said she had somewhere. She had to go meet somebody first. So I told her I'd meet down at 7:30. So whenever I get back, I think I want to have a conversation about something I saw on YouTube yesterday. It was a young lady who was previously a lesbian, but then she found God, or she rededicated her life to God, and so now she is straight. I know that this is a very, I'm not going to say taboo subject. It's not taboo. It's a very, what's the word? Y'all, I told y'all I'm tipsy. It's a very controversial conversation and topic, but the topic that I want to discuss really is not about her or her sexuality. It's about a comment that the gentleman who she was interviewing with said. Now, the name of the podcast, and I love this podcast because it is some black guys, and they just, they talk about, love, life, relationships, and I think they speak from a Christian standpoint. It's called Hardly Initiated, and they have some very, very good conversations. I mean, I can just sit there and just go from clip to clip to clip. But one of the things that she said was that as a lesbian, she said whenever she went off to college, that's when her whole look changed. When her first year, once she got away from, her parents and everything, then that's whenever she took on the masculine, the whole masculine role. And she said that one of the things that she did, it wasn't even necessarily about this. I don't know if she said it wasn't necessarily about the sex, but what was she saying was that it was more so about the conquering. So she didn't want another woman who was already gay. What she got a thrill from was turning straight women out. And once she turned them out, she was on to the next one. But what stuck with me so much is that the gentleman who she was interviewing with, he said that that's no different than what he used to do as a man, as a straight man. He said that he didn't want he didn't want the bad girls. He didn't want the girls who were easy. He didn't want the girls who was promiscuous and out there. He wanted the good girls. He wanted the girls that he could turn out. And it was the same thing for him. Once he turned them out, he was on to the next one. So he got a thrill off of breaking a woman, breaking a good girl. And the reason I wanted to have this conversation is based on my current state of, I know that's my sister texting me, that's her texting me, so I gotta go. But what I want to have this conversation on is, I guess talking about, celibacy at my big age and, those types of situations, because I've been celibate off and on, really, I've been celibate off and on since I was in my 20s. After I had my daughter, I would go through periods of celibacy anywhere from 6 months to over 2 years, and purposefully deciding, okay, I'm gonna just not have sex. I'm just gonna totally abstain. And so at this big age in my life, it is even more important to me, but it's more important to me for a totally different reason. Before, I would be celibate because I was angry, or well, then part of it also was when I started reading the Ayanna Van Zandt books and learning how to love me and respect me more. But at this stage in my life, I now fully understand the depths of intimacy and, giving yourself to someone. A lot of men, girls, let me come back to this, honey, because it's 7:33. I'm supposed to be downstairs, so we'll revisit this conversation whenever I get back. Maybe. I got it. Thank you. What Deidre? She ain't got her yet. Bags under my eyes on Chanel.
You recording? I like that. Which one is this?
Okay, handsome. Hello. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. She's crying on to me. How can you let this be? And you want that? The rush of day when the heat lose control. Much I do love you. Only you. Going through all this. Only you knew how much I do love you. Only you knew how much I do need you. Only you. How much I do love you. Somebody else. Oh, Jesus. Okay, y'all. So, this is, hold on. Oh, Jesus. Okay, sisters. So, this is the tipsy version of Chloe talking. Trying to pick up where I left off. So, I just had the most fun at karaoke in my apartment complex, and then like the property manager asked us what do we want to do next. It's probably too late because today is the 11th, but they should have did a door decorating contest for all of the residences. That would have been, if I was the property manager, oh, we would be having some fun. Nevertheless, getting back to the conversation that we were having before I was 3 drinks in, you see I done graduated to some red wine. I'm not good with red wine. Red wine gives me a major hangover. I think it opens up your capillaries or something. I don't know. Anyway, so the gentleman said that one of the things that he used to do before, I guess before he became a Christian, was it was like a conquering thing where he would date specifically women who were, I'm not going to say necessarily virgins, but women who were less promiscuous, who basically he liked to break a woman. And then once he broke her, he moved on. So, circling back to my last situation, I had been celibate for almost a year whenever we met. And the chemistry was absolutely outstanding. And I broke. I'm not going to say I regret it. I don't regret it. Chemistry was outstanding. The intimacy was off the charts. Whenever I say me and Leo men, whenever it comes to intimacy, it's like hand in glove. But whenever it comes to everything else, it's a boxing match. So now I'm back at that point in my life where I'm back celibate. But then I'm also at a point in my life where I am really cool whenever it comes to dating. So a conversation that I had, I think it's been actually the conversation was had back whenever I was celibate, was that I wanted to wait. I wanted to slow things down whenever it comes to dating. I want, the mindset nowadays with I'm not gonna say our generation, but in this day and time is that, we all grown. So why wait? Men call it playing coochie games. They reference Steve Harvey's think like a man, act like a woman, think like a man, whatever it is. So they reference that and they say it's playing games, but in reality, it's not really playing games. Whenever you know who you are, what you're looking for, what you want, then you are less, I'm not going to say careless, but you're more apt to be patient, take your time before you spread your wings like a butterfly, so to speak. So I remember it's been about a year and a half, 2 years ago, whenever I was speaking on Facebook, and I was saying that, I'm at a point in my life where I want to wait. I want to take the time to get to know a man. I want to, have a man get to know me before we go to that next level. Because truth be told, I'm not an unattractive woman. So I meet a lot of men that, try and holler at me. So it's like if every time I met a guy who was attractive, one thing I don't agree with, let's circle to that. One thing I don't agree with is that, the saying that a woman know as soon as she meets you if she's going to give you some. I've never been that chick. I've always been about intellectual. So whenever I meet you, you might be cute, you may be fine, but as far as sex, that does not cross my mind. I don't see a guy and say, I want to give him some. That's just never been me. So don't try and pigeonhole me in and make the assumption that because something that society now says and is commonly regurgitated that everyone is like that. That's not true. That's not me. So I'm at a point in my life where sex is very, very sacred to me. Sex is very intimate. If you think about it, intimacy is into me. And whenever it comes to a man and a woman, he is inserting himself into you. And that's how I view it. And I do believe that every time, you lay down with a person, as a woman, every time you lay down with a man, when he withdraws, first of all, when he withdraws from you, he takes a piece of you with him. And if he doesn't continuously return, then he's chipping away at the essence of who you are. And I don't want to just keep giving myself to someone who is not, I don't want to keep creating soul ties with men who untie my soul from them. Because men can easily drop a seed in you and keep on going. But that's the difference. He can drop a seed in you and keep going. And then you're left with all the women and all the negative energy that he carries within him. So with that being said, I'm at a point in my life where I'm looking for something more. And so whenever I say that I am very happy with being single for the first time in my life, I am very much okay with being single because I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want. I know what I deserve. I know what I can give. I know what I offer. And when you reach a point in your life when you know what you offer, you know what you can give to someone, then you see things differently. You see sex differently. You see intimacy different. You see making love different. And you just don't want to just keep giving a piece of your spirit out to someone just because they're sexy, just because they're fine, just because they have a good conversation. So a couple of years back, I posted on Facebook, and I said that I just wanted to wait. I wanted, whenever I meet a guy, meet him, great conversation, we can go out, we can have dates, but I want to take my time before I decide to lay down with you, because I'm in a different headspace whenever it comes to what I want out of a relationship, what I want out of a man, what I want sexually. And this is where being an older woman comes into play. Because a guy that I went to school with, actually two guys I went to school with, came onto my post on Facebook, and one of them said, and I'm going to try not to be, I'm going to say what he said, but I'm not going to say the way that he said it. He basically said, nobody wants, ain't no man gonna want that old ass, no man is gonna want to wait for that old ass coochie. But he didn't say coochie. Mind you, this guy is older than me. He's a recovering crackhead. I said that. But it still hurt me to my spirit to hear a brother say that to me who is older than me. And that's how a lot of men think whenever it comes to women my age. They see us as old and used, and they want to pursue something that's younger. They don't see themselves as being just as old and used. And with that being, and then another one came on who it really hurt me to hear from him, because he's my Masonic brother. I'm an Eastern Star. He's a Mason. And if you know about the fraternal order, then my expectation of him is to love, respect, and protect me. And based on his conversation, he did none of those, because he basically echoed what the other guy had said, was basically the fact that I am as old as I am. At the time I was 52. And basically, what are you waiting for? What are you holding out for? At your age, you're used and abused. So why should a man have to wait? It's basically what he said. But this is me. This is mine. This is my skin. This is my essence. This is my love. This is my intimacy. It's me. So the sense of entitlement that I often hear from men who are my age is mind blowing. And the things that they say to us women who are our age, especially the men who are my age, and the things that they say to us is so demeaning and so derogatory. And you would think that as we mature, that they would understand that sex is very sacred, but they don't see it as that. And so what they do is they often put us down as older women. They talk down to us, and they say things to us that really destroys our already fragile self-esteem. And luckily I've reached a point in my life where my self-esteem is not fragile like that anymore, and I'm okay with walking away. But that's what, as 50-year-old women and older women, that's what we're dealing with right now with men our age. And so it's crazy, because I see myself gravitating to men who are a little younger than me, because they have, with them, I guess they feel like this is an older woman, and so I have to do more. I have to prove to her that, I'm not going to say that I'm worthy, but I have to prove to her that I'm just not, some young dude. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that younger men have more respect and desire for us than men our age. And yet men our age are dealing with impotence. Like us, they're dealing with weight gain. Some of them are slovenly. They are not as attractive as they used to be. And yet in their mind, women of the same age are beneath them. It's just mind-blowing. And this is a conversation I guess that we'll have more of later on. But at this point in my life, at this big age, I'd rather chill alone, be alone, than to continuously give what is so sacred and intimate for me to men who aren't worthy. Yep. So I'm about to go wash this off my face, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love you, bye. Hey guys. The struggle is so real. I tried and I tried and I tried. I said I wasn't gonna blow any more money on I was just gonna do my pedicures at home. I was going to do my manicures because they really do have some cute press-on designs. And I've actually grown my nails out some with the press-ons. But y'all, I gotta break down. I'm headed to the nail salon to get nails and my toes done. Because I can't be walking around here looking crazy. But while I'm sitting here letting this car warm up a little bit before I pull off to go get my nails done, let me make a correction on something. Because whenever I say something and I sit and think, sometimes I'll say things because I'm human. I'll say things from a very emotional standpoint, especially whenever it comes to my people, how we behave, some of our thought processes, some of the things that we do. I get very upset and angered with us. Now, I don't give passes. And there's certain things that I'm not going to give grace on. You know, I spoke of grace. There's certain things I'm simply not going to give grace on. But let me correct myself on something I said in the previous vlog, where I said that I know ain't nobody but us, no other race but us did that. And I was referring to the young lady who lives in our building who her and her boyfriend are constantly stealing Publix handbaskets. I don't know why. I don't understand. It's not even for me to understand. But then they would steal them, and after they, I guess, take their groceries out, then they would just leave the baskets out in the hall. I'm like, at least if you're going to go back up to Publix, take the basket back. But most important, just don't steal the basket. These are neighbors that we've had issues with since she moved in. The music that I inserted in the previous video, I guess I'll insert it in this video too. You go by there and it's like, you're walking down the hall and you can hear the music even before you get to her door. Now, if you can hear it outside down the hall, what do you think the neighbors on each side of her are hearing? That's one thing. And me and my sister had this discussion yesterday also. Again, I was wrong for saying no other race but our people. But I know about the experiences that I have with my people. Everything is across the board. Every race has people who are, I don't want to use the term ghetto, but every race has people who do certain things. I agree with that 100%. I was wrong for saying nobody but our race. But I'm going to say this. Living where I live, it's an apartment complex. It's 3 years old. And I don't like to emphasize money, but we pay a great deal of money to live here. But you can't take the mentality, no matter if you can pass the credit requirements and the earnings requirement, then they lease to you. But you don't know what you're getting until they get in here. We have a strict rule that there's not supposed to be any bottles, any glassware, and no parties, no pool parties, and no hookahs, and no music blaring at the pool. You wear your headphones, your earphones, whatever, out of respect for everyone. We have common areas that are first come, first serve. So if you have some guests over, y'all want to have it's supposed to only be 2 people per guest as far as the pool, but they have certain areas where you can have guests over, have barbecues, have parties, get-togethers, baby showers, graduation parties, whatever. One thing about me is I understand what I'm getting based on the decisions that I make. So my decision to get a apartment that faces the pool was understood. It was strategic, and I knew what I would have to deal with. So whenever there's a lot of people at the pool and it's loud, I know that's par for the course. This is the apartment that you chose. If you wanted something a little bit less noisy, then facing the pool is, especially during summertime, that's you shouldn't have chose that. I don't have a problem with that. I raise all of my windows in the summertime. I hear them out there talking, playing, all of those, no problem. My problem comes whenever people come with these big boom boxes and they're blasting music, so the whole community has to listen to your music. Even whenever I close the windows, turn my AC on, I can still hear the music. You're not supposed to have that. Now, that being said, let me tell you, we live in a mixed community of white and black people and Hispanic, whatever. Who do you think is always the one at the pool throwing parties? You look out there, they got Casamigo bottles, Hennessy bottles, vodka bottles, right there on the concrete next to the pool. Hookahs. They're in the pool, but they're making themselves drinks while they're in the pool. Glass. Who do you think it is? We have a common area that's right off from the pool where there's a big kitchen, TVs, you can play cornhole, all of that. Who do you think sets up a huge party with like 60, 70 people on the weekend, blasting music? Who do you think does it? I'm waiting. Exactly. So whenever I said what I said it out of frustration, and I apologize. Every race does it. But here in my apartment complex, the issues that I'm constantly inquiring are from my people. The trash that's in the parking lot, that people just open their car door and throw the trash on the ground and pull out, my people. The big cases of the beer, who you think empties the beer out and then leaves the carton on the ground? My people. I don't know who took a tampon, a clean tampon now, and shoved it between the socket where you go into the door here. I don't know who did it, but watching some of the people who have, like my upstairs neighbor, I'm constantly fighting with her, and she acts like I'm the problem because she has a big huge dog that she constantly lets run back and forth inside the house. Sounds like a horse upstairs. So I'm taking my mop and banging on the ceiling. Us. Whenever I'm looking at people walking the dogs as I'm pulling out of the apartment complex and I'm watching the dog poop, who do you think just keeps on walking and leaves the dog poop right there on the sidewalk? So that's where my frustration comes from. So again, I apologize for saying nothing but my people would do this, because that's not true. All races do unsavory stuff. But in my apartment complex, with the experiences that I have had, I just want my people to get it together. I just want them to have more respect for themselves and more respect for others, more consideration for others. Don't tear down what we've worked so hard to build. That's it. So now I'm about to go get these nails done because I need to be back in an hour, and I need to be back by 1:15 for my meeting. Later.
Oh, that's good.
My camera? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, one time I didn't have a so it's a background check. Anyway, so all I did was
But it is a Publix on 190 Octane. They have a whole bar in there.